I want to talk about how faith has affected my journey so far in entrepreneurship and business and sales. I think back to the countless amount of times where I just felt so lost. I just felt like I didn't know what to do next. I didn't know what to study. I didn't know what job to get. I didn't know what would happen tomorrow. I didn't know if I'd have enough money. I could think countless times I don't know if I'd ever, have a great relationship again. I didn't know if I would ever, go ahead and do something with myself. I was just so confused. I was so uncertain. I was so frustrated where at the very end of the day, the one thing, the one being that was always there for me was God, every single time, right? And you might ask yourself, okay, what is God, right? Let's say you aren't a believer. Well, God is the universe. God is the quantum energy. God is everything. I would call it the Holy Spirit, right? Because I'm a Christian. However, right, beautiful cross here. However, what God really is it's just everything, right? There's everything that has ever been created is from God, for God, because of God. Now, when I talk about how this has had such a profound impact, I think it comes down to the trust that there's a higher plan, right? If you're somebody who's an atheist and you don't believe in this, look at this as predeterminism, right? For some reason, atheists like to say that, it's a simulation, this life. That is just about the exact same thing that, a religious person would say, right? You're just trying to frame as science. Science and religion are the exact same thing. If you go deep enough, right, you can look at the most famous historians, the most famous scientists, biologists, physicists, they all point to God every single time, right? Planck, right? For example, the father of quantum physics, right? Look at Albert Einstein. He wasn't against God. And Carl Jung, for example, one of the most famous psychologists of all time, right? End of the day, I know in my personal life, it's always just been trusting that you'll be taken care of and that, God has a plan. God has a way out, right? This could be called going with the flow. This could be called, trusting in the universe, trusting in your future. But in reality, there have sometimes been such crazy hunches, such crazy intuitions, such, absurd things that have happened when it comes to timing and coincidences and the way things have unfolded that I could have never imagined. You know, I'll, I'll never forget, working on one of the construction sites. It was my seventh month in construction, and I'd gone to a site. It was freezing cold. It was outdoors. I was doing high rise electrical, and it was the worst company. It was the worst site I've ever been at. Very disorganized. Not fun guys to work with. I wouldn't say like bullying. I'm not some pussy. So I'm not here to say I got bullied, but these guys definitely were not friendly. So it wasn't fun to be around them. It wasn't enjoyable most of the time. Some of them were okay. Don't get me wrong. There's just a couple beauties, but for the most part, it wasn't fun. And I'll never forget. I was reading Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. Um, and then it talks about how, look, you got to wake up and be ready for the day where people are going to try and meddle with you and get in your way, people that are miserable, people that are full with hate, and you need to not let it affect you. And I remember reading that book, and those guys are saying, Michael, what are you reading? What are you reading? Because everyone's just, doom scrolling during lunch, and I'd be reading in the morning before work, and then at lunch, I'm like, Meditations. And they would be like, what? And I was saying, yeah, Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. Like, man, why didn't you go to school? You know, and they were kind of like condescending about it, like as if I was like some nerd. What are you doing here? Um, Man, I'll never forget past that point. I'd always just ask myself, like, what am I really doing? Why don't I go ahead and just go to school? Why don't I do something else? And God was always whispering in my ear that you should go do something where you use your mind, you use your intelligence, something business related, something with school, something you can study, something you can learn. And it happened, right? Little by little by little. First I was interested in drop shipping. I tried and I failed. Then I was interested in personal branding. And that was the only thing I did. I had no skills. I had nothing. I failed. I was interested in kind of graphic design. I wasn't good at that. I did UGC. I did okay, nothing too crazy. And then finally, sales. I looked at it and I was like, this is it. This aligns with so many of the things that I enjoy, and this is what I want to be doing. Maybe not, definitely not for a lifetime, but for some time. And being so grateful and full of so much gratitude because I know exactly where I'm headed. I talk to guys, I got guys on my phone that are my age, they're making 20, 30, 40,000 a month, doing way better than me. And I know that those are the guys that I have deep connections with. They're going somewhere in life, I'm going somewhere in life. And it's all because of God, right? I can truly give him all the credit. Did I work hard? Did I wake up? Was I, someone who made this happen? Yeah. But who allowed it to happen? Who carved, the path? Who laid the path? Who gave this possibility to me? Who gave me the opportunity? Who, allowed me to take advantage of these random opportunities that came about? I think it's an arrogance. It's a condescension if you think that you have just crafted 100% of your reality. And this is coming from someone who believes in manifestation, right? But I also believe in prayer, right? And I believe in divine intervention. And I think that God knows exactly what you were meant for. I think God knows your purpose. I don't think you're ever too old to have a purpose. Never, ever. Never too old to have a purpose. Never too old to realize your dreams, right? I just want to leave you guys with the idea that, look, you're not alone. There's someone that does think about you, does care about where you're going, what you've gone through, that there is a plan, and that right now you might be so lost, you might be so frustrated. Right now you might look at your life and it might be in shambles, where next week you've got the most stressful event you could ever imagine. If it doesn't go your way, everything is over, right? Or you're in a relationship that is just getting destroyed or crumbling, or you don't know what to do next. Or maybe you're barely making enough money to survive, right? Maybe you're lonely. Maybe you don't have anybody to speak to most days, right? You're isolated, or you're surrounded by people, but you feel alone. It's even worse, maybe, right? You feel like an imposter. For all of you, I want to say that you can find refuge in God, right? Someone who understands you fully, inside out, who created you, right? Who is the reason that you go ahead and exist. It's as the saying goes, right? There's one set of footsteps, Jesus and God was carrying you. Look, God will wait for you, no matter where you are, whenever you are. He will wait for you. It's up to you to go and to accept him and to walk with him and to say, I trust you. No, he'll never force it. You have free will, right? And that is the most amazing thing about our God. He gives us 100% free will, but he is there and ready for us, and he loves you, right? And don't take this from me. Take my words with a grain of salt. Don't even look at them as true. Go discover it for yourself. Fast for 2 days in a row, right? Barely drink anything. Do a little bit of water, maybe a tiny bit of tea, and go into the forest, open up a Bible, and just read. And I guarantee you your life will change. Pray. Speak to our Creator, right? Your life will change. Guys, I hope this has had some kind of impact on you. If it has, I'm happy to hear that. Definitely feel free to comment, ask me questions, tell me what you want me to talk about. Definitely like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And please do go ahead and just take away from this that there's something, someone out there that has a plan for you, and that you are not alone, right? And things will always work out. Just zoom out, give it some time, right? That's it. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.